starting a YouTube channel could be challenging. After all, there's a lot of things that are involved and a lot of variables. And at the end of the day, you don't always know the video that's going to take off. That video that you're hoping that will take off, that will help your channel out and essentially create more subscribers for your account, but at the same time get you monetized quicker. So if you're under 200, subscribers right now, and you're saying, what can I do to build and get further faster? There's a few things you could do. So I've run 4 channels already, and I can tell you there's a lot of bumps in the road, if you will. But don't give up on the idea that starting it, you should be, you should have some sort of plan in place in going forward. So just understand failure is not a bad thing altogether. People, a lot of times when they fail at something or they start to give up quickly, things weren't going their way, but don't think of it in terms of, well, I'm not happy with the results right now. When you go and you run a marathon, you've got to basically put in the work before you run the marathon. You don't actually just run the marathon. So think of it in terms of that. And be patient. Patience is probably the hardest part when it comes to doing YouTube, because we want to look at those numbers and we want to see stuff overnight. But it could take days, it could take weeks, maybe months. I had one video that did very poorly and I never took it off. And after about a year, it started taking off. A year. So never give up. But the one thing I want to be a takeaway from this video is, if you do have less than 200 subscribers, there's a few things that you may be overthinking, and that could sort of set up a pillar. There's a thing they call paralysis of analysis. You could be holding yourself back based on those things, one of which is video editing. So maybe you're spending a lot of time worrying about the video editing, and you can spend hours on it, and then the next thing you know that video does very poorly. So maybe it's a better idea in the beginning, at least, to not spend so much time on the video editing and really think about the content itself. So people that spend a lot of time with video editing, some people are very good at it. They're very savvy. I'm not as good at it. I'm not as savvy. So I try to keep things as simple as possible, because I understand that my audience sometimes just wants to see things in sometimes the simplest form. There's nothing wrong with that. But overthinking the video editing could really hold you back. And it could hold you back on putting your content out faster. So that's one thing that I've learned through this journey, is that don't overthink it. The other thing is consistency is key. So whatever your content's about, try to be consistent about it. If you're putting out a video once a week, you may even want to announce that in the banner on your homepage. Videos every Monday, uploaded every Monday. Whatever that may be, the consistency of your videos is going to make a difference for your audience. Think of it like somebody watching a TV show. Now, I've been guilty of this because I'm running around doing a lot of different things myself, but I can tell you that when you start developing that sort of consistency, your audience picks up on it, and the next thing you know, your followers start to increase. Your watch time starts to increase. You look at the back end, the analytics, and you start noticing a big difference. So consistency is definitely key. And one of the other number one things that I've learned is just watching others. What's working for other people right now? You want to scale your channel, but you have no idea how. You're still working on a niche, but you don't know if that niche is going to work for you. Start seeing what works for other people, and if it's of interest to you, and there's definitely a lot to talk about in that niche, then that could be an option. So remember, there is success in those little crumbs that people leave behind that you could be learning from and essentially creating based on that. You don't have to start at ground zero. You don't even have to reinvent the wheel. Just find what's working for other people, and then you can add your own spin on it. Guys, I've got a few other videos that are going to help you out for starting out with YouTube. If that's something of interest and you're looking to eventually scale your channel, be sure to check them out. I'll have them in the description box below, and otherwise I'll see you in the next video.